welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Deidre. If you're returning, it's great to see you. I already filmed opening my husband's advent calendar, so I'll put that in after this clip. I'm gonna make some breakfast, so I got my bowl. I'm gonna tear out my scale. I am working today. Hunter didn't sleep well last night, therefore I did not sleep well last night because he was coughing all night, and then at about 5 this morning, he came running into our room saying he was scared. And that's kind of been a theme this week. And so we tried to let him lay with us. We don't normally let him sleep in our room, but we were trying to let him lay with us for a little bit. But he couldn't control his excitement of being in our room. So we put him back in his room. He stayed in there for a half hour before he was back in my room. So, you know, we tried our best, and then I ended up just getting up with them at that point. Junie, the cat's on the table. Get down. Here comes Rumi. See what's going on, because she needs to know what's happening. So, yeah, I'm a little tired today. I need to edit yesterday's videos for today to upload. I just fed the starter so we can make some bread this weekend. I'm hoping to make maybe like 4 loaves of that bread. That bread's almost gone. Look, I'll show you. That's all that's left. This little tiny end piece. So that has definitely been a favorite because we didn't even get through half of each of the other loaves, which tells me that this one was much more preferred. So I'm going to make this recipe again. Some friends and family wanted to try it. It makes me nervous making bread for other people, like this kind of bread, because you never know like if they're going to like it or not. And so it's a little nerve-wracking. It's hard to bake and like do anything for anyone really, but you know, I posted a poll on Facebook last night and tagged some of my neighbors and friends in it that I bake for to ask them like what they preferred out of the cookies and things that I had kind of gone over with y'all in that vlog. So you'll see that when I upload it, and then you'll know what I'm talking about right now. So let me run this. I got to get some coffee desperately. I've already made it. I just need to go pour some. My husband still has not brought back any of my coffee mugs. So I literally have 2 Yetis sitting in my cart on Amazon because how dare he? So but yeah, so let me make my breakfast. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut up a grapefruit this morning. Like I kind of don't want to, but I need to eat them so they don't go bad. Okay, let me think about this. I'll be back. Good morning. I thought we could open my husband's advent calendar since he's been beating me every day. Oh, he'll like this one. It's a vanilla one. Yum, he'll enjoy that. So yay, good morning. Hello. Long time no talk. It's been a wild day today. Hunter's cough was really bad at school, so I went to get him early. Brought him home and did a virtual doctor's appointment with one of the nurse practitioners in his doctor's office. And she prescribed a steroid and just said, like, if he starts having breathing difficulty, take him to the ER. So I was like, okay, cool. And I did all the medicines she told me to do except for the steroid because I didn't have it yet. And I put him down for nap. And about, like he coughed the whole time, but about 45 minutes into nap, give or take, I noticed he was like gasping for breath. Like I could see his chest like rise and then like, you know, and like he was struggling to breathe, and then he was coughing really bad. And yeah. So I watched it and I kept filming some of it, and I was sending it to my neighbor who's a nurse. And I was like, hey, like, he's doing this. Like, he's never done this before. Like, do I need to worry? What's going on? And she wasn't responding right away. And I was getting more and more concerned. And I was listening to him and he was really just like struggling, and it just like was getting worse. And so I went in there because he sat straight up in bed, and I went in there and I was like, Hunter, are you okay? Like, can you breathe? And he's going like this. And so I grabbed him and I ran downstairs and I took his diaper off, and he was able to start talking a little bit. And I asked him, can you go potty real quick? I'm going to go put my shoes on and we're going to leave and go to the hospital. And so my bathroom is like right here, and my front door is just like right around the corner. And I came back and he was on the floor just like gasping for breath, like like trying to breathe, and he's like coughing and choking and everything. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, how am I going to get this kid to the ER? Like, I wanted to take him to a certain children's hospital, but it's 30 minutes away downtown. And I was like, I can't go that far. And I know that we have a children's emergency room down the street. And so I had decided that I would take him to the closest one because I'm not messing with this. And, but I'm watching him like struggle, and I'm like panicking, and I'm thinking, can I get him where I need to get him safely? Like, is he going to be okay? And so I decided to call 911, and I called 911. I explained what was happening. I was really upset. I was crying, which was upsetting him because he knew I was upset about him. And so that was making it worse. And I was explaining to her what was happening. And so she transferred me to the fire department. Literally, I have a fire department right here across the street. And so I was talking to that dispatcher, and he's like, they're en route, like they're on the way, like we'll stay on the phone with you, this whole thing. And they're like walking me through like directions, like don't give him anything to eat or drink, like watch him, is he talking to you, put your pets away, because we're paramedics, we're not going to be paying attention to your pets, like make sure your pets are put away and all of these things. And when I was putting Remington outside, Waylon was already outside, I could hear the sirens. And so I was like, Hunter, they're coming. I hear the sirens. The fire department, the paramedics are almost here, honey. And he's like, okay, let me know as soon as they're in there. And so I just put the cats away, and I heard a knock at the door. So I went and let them in, and they came right in. I think I had 4 or 5 paramedics and firemen in my house, and they're all doing different things, listening to lungs and doing ox reading and trying to do blood pressure. And Hunter's like, no, you're not doing that to me. Temperatures, like all kinds of things, asking me all these questions. And they all had masks on because they thought he had RSV, which he had a month ago. And so I was talking to them, and they said, he's doing better now. His oxygen is normal, but he keeps having these coughing fits. And if you're driving him to the emergency room, I know it's not far, but if he has a fit and his oxygen dips too low and he needs oxygen, there's nothing you can do about it. So then I was freaked out because, of course, like, I want to make sure my kid's okay and my kid's safe. But I'm also thinking, like, how much is an ambulance ride about to cost me? But I decided, you know what? His safety is more important than worrying about the financial part of it. I'll figure it out. Like, his safety is way more important. So we rode in our first ambulance today and went to the hospital. We did not have lights and sirens, but they escorted us to the hospital, reeled us right into a room. We didn't have to wait. They tested him for everything: pneumonia, COVID, RSV, flu. He was negative for everything. And they noticed too that his cough kept changing while he was there. And like his energy was coming back, and he was perking up and feeling better and wanting to play and really kind of bouncing off the walls because he has a lot of energy. And they noticed like the cough changes and told me that he had croup again. So they gave him a steroid while we were there. My husband just picked up, he's at the grocery store doing our shopping today, but my husband picked up his other steroids, and we're going to give those tomorrow, and we're just going to write out the croup like we normally do because we're very familiar with croup. But I told her, I said, this croup, this was different because he has never sounded like this. Like, it was scary. It was really scary. And so, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was crying to paramedics and the doctors and the nurses at the hospital, and I was like, he was gasping and like couldn't breathe, and I was so scared because I literally just lost a baby. I lost his brother in July. Like, I literally cannot like potentially lose another child. Like, that's the kind of like mindset I was in. I was freaked out. My neighbor finally texted me back and she's like, it's just a little bit of wheezing, he's fine. And I texted her back, I said, well, it's gotten worse, and so I took him to the ER. And she's like, it's just croup. And I'm like, it's just croup, like, for you, but, like, when my son's gasping for breath and can't breathe and, like, catches breath, like, that's a big deal. So I'm glad I took him in. He's sleeping right now. Of course, he refuses to elevate himself, so he is completely scooted onto the flat part of his bed, even though I elevated him. So I might have my husband adjust him if he doesn't, if he keeps coughing. But he seems to be feeling better. He's sleeping really well right now. So I'm so happy. But I just want to fill you in on my day. It's been a crap shot day. You know, I wish I had anything better to share, but that's the day we're having. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and like this video down below. And yeah, just send us some good thoughts and prayers if you're a praying kind of person, that we can get through this group, because this is the worst one we've had, I think, with the breathing the way it was. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.